Yeah, I don't know why I included that. I'm a vlogger? Let's get into the project. The first thing I had to do was acquire a phone number, and I thought that it was only fitting to get a number with multiple 69s in it, and as a bonus it ended in 68, so I'd take it. Now, I need to create a few local files that would house my API keys and my authentication tokens. Afterwards, I needed to install the Twilio Python wrapper, which would allow me to make calls to their API to actually programmatically send text messages to people. So I needed to download that. Now, as soon as that was done downloading, I was ready to start actually writing some code. So some basic import statements first. We need to import the actual client from the REST wrapper API. Okay, then I needed to open up my actual authentication tokens and keys and load them into the script so that I could pass them to the client so I could actually verify that I was who I am when I was running this script. So I just created the client. Now that I created the client and I was authenticated successfully, I wanted to send my first message. The phone number I was sending from was the same one that was the 696968 number that I purchased. And I was just going to send a quick message to myself to ensure that this was working properly. Okay, so now that I knew that my own personal number was receiving text, I needed to upgrade my account so I could send them to random people without them having to verify the number in my account. So I purchased $20 of credit for my Twilio account. And now I created a file that had a couple of phone numbers in it so I didn't have to keep blurring out the numbers in my code. And it was just a cleaner way to manage the files anyways. Now I just needed to quickly test that I could send myself a text message with this new file, and I could. So now it was time to create some prompts, and I wanted the prompts to be slightly varied, and so I looked for different euphemisms for female masturbation, since I was intending this for a friend of mine who lives in Chicago, and I wanted to customize these prompts. So I looked up a few, I stole a couple from the internet, made up a few on my own. After I got all the prompts done, I needed to pick from the list randomly, so I needed to install NumPy, which allows me to use a random number generator. So I found a blog from Pornhub detailing a URL that you could use to randomly direct you to a video, which was pornhub.com/random. So I decided to use that and see what it did. Delete it from my history, of course. And I decided to use a tool called Beautifulsoup, which allows you to scrape information from different URLs. Now that I had the Pornhub URL, I could generate random URLs for different porn videos. So all I needed to do now was to extract that information from the actual response that you get from querying pornhub.com/random. So I just used Beautifulsoup and I selected the main meta tag on the HTML page. I had to do a lot of experimenting to figure out exactly how to grab the tag I wanted, but eventually it came down to basically searching for the links, and I needed to make a correction in my import statement here because I messed that up. Oops. But I needed to find a way to pull the first relational link, and I needed to figure out a way to actually get the information from the reference that it was holding, because that was the unique random video key that would generate every time you called the URL. So I spent a while thinking about it, and then I eventually found out a way to essentially kind of cheat. I would just find the first instance of this relational link, and I would convert it to a string, and then I would shorten the string to only hold like the first tag, and then I would just use some clever string splitting to pull the link out of the actual HTML page that I got as a response when I went to pornhub.com/random in my code. So now that I've split the list, all I got to do is just pull the element I want out of the list, and then we can get a random link every single time that we want to send a message. And that's all there was to it. Why? Why would you do this? Well, I was bored. That's pretty much all I got. I was just bored. This took me about 3 hours, and I gotta say I'm pretty happy with the results. The bot is still running successfully, and will send me a confirmation text every time it successfully texts someone porn. So I'm pretty happy about that. It's doing its job, and I don't think I'm gonna stop it anytime soon. So that was the video. If you guys enjoyed the content, leave a like, please. Maybe more vlogs. Maybe leave a like. Consider subscribing if you enjoyed me creating a bot that sends porn to people. Yeah, do that. And let me know in the comments down below if you'd like to see exactly how this is done, or if you don't care. Also, just throw it out there. I'm open to everything.